Put on a suit. Drink water. Don't drink and drive.
Game over!
Take it light. Okay.
Now you're more fluent.
Back he's got three!
Up, Bears.
So this is really good right here. Absolutely. Let's do it. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls all over the world. What's happening tonight? Y'all know what it is. Y'all know who it is when y'all see me. We had action today. We talk pro basketball around here, as you guys all know. In the process of us doing that, we had a barn burner today. Yes, we did. We had a barn burner. I've always been an advocate that the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world is in pro basketball, pro baseball, and pro hockey. I've always felt like that because I feel like anybody can beat anybody one time. If you beat somebody 4 times, right? If you beat somebody 4 times, I'm better than you. And I'm not talking about with injury. I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking straight up and down. If I beat you 4 times, I'm better than you. But anybody can beat anybody once. And it's hard to beat a team 3 times. It is hard as hell to do that, especially in different settings. It is ridiculously hard to beat a team 3 times in a row. What I watched today was I watched a Serbian team that showed that it could happen, right? I watched a Serbian team that showed that it could happen. I thought Steve Kerr stayed with the guys that he stayed with a little bit too early. I don't think Ant should have played that much today. He came out and turned the basketball over early. With him turning the basketball over early like he did, I thought it was detrimental. I don't think really Bam should have played as much as he did today. I do like to stick to rotations. That second unit didn't give me anything. Nothing. I think they had, going into the fourth quarter, I think they had 7 points, 6 or 7 points going into the fourth quarter. Peace, Jay. I think they had 7 points going into the fourth quarter. And with them only having 7 points going into the fourth quarter, that Serbian team with Boggs, with Micic, with Joker, number 30, the lefty, I thought Serbia did a great job in taking advantage of switching. I thought they did a great job. Not only taking advantage of switching, of miscues. Serbia runs this action, and it's the same play. It's nothing different. It's the same play. They run this action where they come down on the left-hand side. You get a dribble handoff. When you get that dribble handoff, Joker now down screens for whomever is on the wing. He screens for the guard. The guard comes off, curls, nothing there. Then he immediately sets a ball screen. You get around the ball screen, then he'll come back and set another one. Minnesota runs the exact same action. But what they're banking on is they're banking on you switching that, which you don't have to, right? You don't have to switch that. And because you don't have to switch that, because you don't have to switch that, you put your crew in a better position defensively. But instead, Serbia did a great job in taking advantage of that switching, where they ended up with Devin Booker on Joker. They ended up with Drew Holiday on Joker in the mid-post. What is Drew Holiday going to do against Joker in the mid-post? Nothing. What is Devin Booker doing with Joker when he buries him underneath the basket or when he gets him deep in the paint? Nothing. That's why Joker was so good distributing. Now, the difference is Steve Kerr shortened the rotation. With Steve Kerr shortening the rotation, he basically said, and I'm not a big fan of this because from what I'll get to that I'll get to that other. I'll get to that other part in a bit. But he ended up shortening the rotation, and with him shortening the rotation, right? With him shortening the rotation, what he did was he told everybody. He told everybody else. He told Tyrese Halliburton. He told Anthony Edwards. He told Bam. He told Derek White. He told these dudes, this is the crew I'm going with for the rest of the night. These are the guys that I'm going with for the rest of the night. And we're going to see what happens. And it worked. The fact that we got into the fourth quarter, these how many long balls Serbia hit in the fourth quarter? 0. Shut the door on them in the fourth quarter. I thought they did a better job at guarding the long ball line. I still didn't like the switching, but they hit 0 threes in the fourth. In the process of them hitting 0 threes in the fourth, what they also did was they sped the game up. And that put Serbia in a real bind defensively, because now Joker has to get back in transition because AD is running. KD is running. James is running. Curry is running. Right? So guys like Drew Holiday, who's been integral in what they've been doing, he's got to watch. Derek White's got to watch. Bam has got to watch. Halliburton's got to watch. I won't even talk about Jason Tatum, because what's going on with Jason Tatum is beyond me. And you dudes in the chat that think it's funny, I think that you guys have 0 basketball IQ. I don't think that you have. I don't think that you have an inkling of a basketball IQ, because there's no way that you can sell me. Or let me rephrase that. I'd like for you to answer a question for me. How do we have a guy who goes from the second leading scorer, who is starting on a gold medal team in 21, he ain't playing on this team, and his team won the NBA championship, and he was an integral part of that. Now we go, right? Now we go from that to I can't get off the bench on this crew. I'm good. This is evidence of how much a system or a coach can screw your game up. This is evidence of that. But I don't even want to talk about that. What I want to talk about is the defense, right? I want to talk about the defense that Team USA had in the second half, particularly in that fourth quarter. I thought I didn't appreciate the screen. I didn't appreciate as much switching. I didn't appreciate that. But what I did appreciate was I appreciated guys like Drew Holiday. I appreciated guys like Devin Booker getting around screens. I appreciated those guys pushing those guys away from the basket and making it hard on Bogdanovic. Making Joker shoot the long ball late in the shot clock. I'll live with that. I didn't appreciate Joel Embiid on the glass. I thought we could have done a better job rebounding, but I do think that they did a good enough job with that Serbian team to beat them. 100% they did. Now, when I look at this, when I look at Team USA, I think to myself, well, Steve Kerr does have one of those good problems. He's got a bevy of guys that he can choose from. Unlike Serbia, who I think that Serbia's rotation was like 7 guys, maybe 8 guys. Steve Kerr got 12 guys. If this guy's not doing it, I can go with this guy. If this guy's not doing it, I can go with this guy. And you don't have, and nobody else in the world has that kind of rotation where you're replacing Devin Booker with Anthony Edwards, where you're replacing Joel Embiid with Anthony Davis. Nobody else in the world has that kind of rotation. Nobody. And because nobody has that kind of rotation, that puts Steve Kerr in the catbird seat. Because when this guy isn't playing well, which is what happened with Anthony Edwards early because he was turning over the basketball, I can go with Devin Booker. And when Derek White isn't playing well, fouling early, not taking care of the basketball, I can go with Drew Holiday, and I can stick with him. Nobody has that kind of rotation. The Serbian coach, if they're turning over the basketball, you kind of got to stick with your lead guard. You got to stick with what you have. And because you got to stick with what you have, that's what happened in the fourth quarter. I thought Joel Embiid could have done a better job on the glass. With Joel Embiid doing a better job on the glass, if he could have done a better job on the glass, I think they could have beat those guys going away. I think him and Joker basically played each other to a tie. I don't think Joel Embiid dominated Joker. I don't think Joker dominated Joel Embiid. I think that they basically offset each other. I thought Joker did a great job around the basket, passing the basketball. Joel Embiid, he mixes you up where he'll stop in transition at the long ball line and ask for the ball because that's what he wants to do. He wants to stand out on the wing and throw the ball between his legs and shoot the long ball. But he's the most effective. Today, this afternoon, which was tonight in France, he was the most effective when he was in transition and when he was around the basket. That stop and pop he had in transition when we were going back and forth, I thought that was great. There was a stretch during the game, right? There was a stretch during the game. It was a 2-possession game because I never felt like Team USA was ever in control of this game. At no point did I ever feel like they were in control of this game. And then there was a stretch during the game where I felt like, okay, we got a ball game. I damn sure felt like that. This was about 6.5 minutes because Serbia had blown it back open. They had blown it back open to 15. It was in the third quarter. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, they're going to let you guys back in this game. Just keep playing. They're going to let you back in. And how are you going to get back in this game? You got to rebound. You got to rebound and you got to guard the long ball line. You have to. I thought they did a terrible job at that early. When we get late in the game, I felt like they did clamp down when Steve Kerr shortened his rotation and he went with 6 guys. And it was obvious that, all right, these are the guys that I'm going with for the rest of the night. And Joel Embiid, James, KD, Book, Curry. This is who I'm going with for the rest of the night. This is it. And he offset with Drew Holiday and Anthony Davis. But these are the guys, these are the 6, 7 guys that I'm sticking with for the rest of the night. We're going to win it or lose it with you guys. Win it or lose it. And I feel like they put them on there. I feel like they took Serbia's best shot. They took their best shot, not just early, but when you got late in the game. When they went back up 15, most teams would fold over. Most teams would straight roll over. Not only would most teams roll over, when you shoot over 50% on the long ball, which is what Serbia did. I think they were 15 for 31, something like that. 15 for 29 or 50. When you shoot that well at the long ball line, 90% of teams are going to win. 90% of them are going to win. So when you slow a team down that's that hot, where now they got to do something else because they relied on that so much, it says a lot about your team's versatility. And it says a lot about everything else that your team can do, not just defensively, but offensively. Because for Serbia to go 0 for 9 on the long ball in the in the fourth quarter, that was huge because that's what built that lead. And how were they able to do that? They were able to do that with guys like Drew Holiday fighting around screens, Devin Booker fighting around screens. I thought they did a great job, not a good job, but a great job in speeding up the game in the second half because we got to get easy buckets, but chip away at it. KD came in the game, not lackluster, but KD came in the game. They were definitely more aware of KD. So KD came in the game not looking super sharp because they were more prepared for him. They did a good job in jumping him, finding him in transition. When he had the ball on the wing, they would double him, do what they can to get the ball out of his hands, put him in tough spaces where late in the shot clock, make him make tough shots. That's really all you could do with him. There's really not much else you could do with KD except that. If you double him, get the ball out of his hands, and if you don't do that, and he's got the ball late in the shot clock, make it hard on him. That's really all you could do. Serbia did a great job and continuously running their action. That's a good team, man. That is a damn good basketball team. They are. I don't think they're as good as Spain. And when I say Spain, I mean, I keep referencing Spain in 2008. I don't think they were as good as that Spanish team that the U.S. went up against in the gold medal game. I don't think that they were that good. No. Mm-mm. But I do think that they run ridiculous action. I feel like their coach, I feel like he adjusted as much as he could, but he stuck to the game plan. And the game plan was we living and dying with the long ball. That's it. We are living and dying with the long ball. If we're going to lose to you guys, we're going to lose. If we're going to win this, we're going to win this cracking the long ball. If we're going to lose to you guys, we're going to lose to you guys cracking the long ball. I thought that I thought that they were well coached. I thought that they were very disciplined in what they were running. I don't think that they junked up the game like they did against Australia. They kept it as clean as possible, but they were as physical as they could possibly be. I dug that about them. What can I say about Joker except he's just fantastic, man. He is. Joker is the consummate big man. He is the consummate big man. He's the guy that if you're a coach, I need him because of his versatility. He is going to defend. He might not be Joel Embiid good. He might not be Anthony Davis good, but he damn sure going to try. He's going to get on that glass. He's going to dig in the paint. I didn't like him getting switched on to Steph Curry. I didn't like that. I did not like him getting switched on to Devin Booker. And maybe it's because I'm a little bit older, and I've always felt like I can guard my guy. And if I'm going to stay with my guy, he's going to have to fry me all night long. We don't have to switch this. I got to get around this screen, right? I have to get around this screen. We have to communicate better. We got to do a better job in communicating. Let me do screens. I'm chasing. Not only am I chasing, I'm closing out high, and I'm not overrunning plays. I'm watching Joker, and Joker is doing the best that he can. Joker is doing the best that he can to stay engaged in what's going on. Oh, he's doing the best that he can. Joel Embiid, for all intents purposes, and I can't say this enough, Joel Embiid, just from a scoring standpoint, there's not a lot of guys that I can say deal with. There's not a lot of guys that I can say that I feel like can deal with Joker. There's not a lot of guys that can deal with Joel Embiid like that. There's not a lot. I don't think I'll ever argue that. But Joel Embiid's got flaws in his game, man. He's got a lot of flaws in his game. He wants to switch every screen when he's in drop. And I'm telling you guys right now, this is going to be a problem when the season comes. When I see him in drop, not only when I see him in drop, but when I see him during screens, he doesn't hedge, and he can. And I've always harped on this, and I will stay on it. Joel Embiid should be a 12 a game rebounder. He should be a 12 a game rebounder on a Tuesday. 12, 13 rebounds per game. He could be that good as a rebounder. But he wants to switch everything. Switching only works in certain aspects. Team USA escaped today, one, because they played defense. They sped the game up. One, because they played defense. Two, because they sped the game up. And three, because they had better personnel to do that. I think if the personnel was a little bit more evenly matched, I think we're having a different conversation. I think we're having a way different conversation about Joel Embiid. I don't think that he's the defender just in screening, just in screen and rolls. I don't think that he's the defender that he could be. And I feel like we're in a space now with him where this is who he is. But he was fantastic down the stretch, not just as a defender, but as a bucket getter. I like the fact that they went to him, right? I like the fact that they went to him. I like the fact that they emphasized him. I do like that. Yes, I do. I 100% like that. And they survive. I don't. This is what I don't want to confuse you guys with. They did not survive today. I want to make sure that we're clear on that. They did not survive. They beat a damn good Serbian team. Let's be clear about that. And I know what you guys think. Well, the last time they played Serbia, they beat them by almost 30. Just so you guys know. And I'm going to continuously reference this point. In 2008, when Team USA played Spain in the gold medal game, I don't know if you guys remember this, but a couple of games before that, they played them in an exhibition. They beat them by almost 50. They destroyed Spain. So it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different when it comes to this sort of stuff here. So hold on for a second, guys. I got a super chat I got to get to. This is from It's All Laughs. I was yelling at the screen on seeing Team USA letting those offensive rebounds go to Serbia. Also, at some point, younger guys got to realize James and Curry aren't always going to be there to save them. They're not. But that's why they own the crew. That's exactly why they own the crew, though. All Laughs. And with that being said, Steph Curry was due. If we're being honest about Steph Curry, he was due. He was not good in these Olympics. He's not been very good in these Olympics. In fact, he's been below average. He's barely shooting 30% from the field, shooting 26% on the long ball. He has not been good in these Olympics. He hasn't been. But he got going early tonight. He got going early this afternoon, and I just felt like, all right, it looks like he got it going. And James in particular, went to him and kept going to him. Because when you got a hot hand like what Curry had, you cannot ration that. No, you can't. You cannot ration that. We got to bleed that. We got to keep going to that. When a guy like that gets it going, no, we're not gonna preserve that. We're not gonna, I'll go. No, keep going to him. Keep going to him. Right? Keep going to him. Do not let whomever is covering him, don't let them off the hook. No. And Curry had it going early. I saw the shoulders shaking. I saw the head bopping. That told me right there, I'm on top of my game tonight. I'm on top of my game this afternoon. And when I see that sort of stuff, especially Coach Kerr, when he sees that, he knows who Steph Curry is. He knows exactly who Steph Curry is. So when he sees that, keep going to him. Keep going to him. I equate what happened in the fourth, and as much as it doesn't bother me, but as much as it kind of rubs me the wrong way, Kerr, when he shortened his rotation, what that said to me was, this is for grown folks. This right here is for grown folks. So you guys gonna have to chill out, because this is a grown-up game tonight. Right? This is 100% a grown-up game. And to King Blake's, when Tatum gonna do that for Team USA, chill? When he gets an opportunity to. And you're asking when he's going to do that. He did that in 2021 when they won the gold medal, when he was the second leading scorer on the crew. That's when he did it. Or maybe you might have forgotten that. That's fine if you did. I'll remind you. He did that in 2021 when he got busy with them. He got busy with them in 2021 when he was the second leading scorer and he was starting for that crew. So you might have forgotten about that, but it's okay for me to remind you. But back to what I was saying, I felt like And I know what it's like as a kid, right? I know what it's like as a kid to hear, yo, this is grown folk business. Go sit down. When I was a child, that's kind of what it felt like that's kind of what it felt like in the fourth quarter. Like, yo, this is grown folk business. Let us handle this. That's what it looked like to me. And because of that, it got handled, right? Because of that, it got handled. And they won. Now they run up on a French team. Now they run up on a French team who's got basically the whole country behind them. This is the host. This is the host country in the gold medal game. Right? This is the host country in the gold medal game. It's gonna be a zoo on Saturday in there. It's gonna be insane on Saturday. It's gonna be crazy. I think that they can handle France, but I also think we're gonna have dual medal games. What I mean when I say that is, I think the women, the Team USA women's, I think they're gonna play France in the gold medal game too. Yes, I think that's gonna happen. And watching France go up against Germany, they almost gave it up at the end. They did. They started playing. They had that game in. They were in control of that game. In the middle of the fourth quarter, I felt like they started playing not to lose instead of keeping their foot on the gas. They did a terrible job at guarding the long ball line. They didn't rebound. Germany, Franz Wagner in particular, tripping over himself, not getting around screens. That's what threw a monkey wrench in what they were doing. 100% it did. So I can say, right? I can say that with what I saw, right? I can say that with what I saw with that crew, I can say with what I saw with that French team, they can be had. Rudy Gobert, I think he's got a bad hand. There's no way that Rudy Gobert, I think they were in, if I'm not mistaken, France was in the gold medal game in 2021. Yep. France was in the gold medal game in 2021, and Rudy Gobert was big for them. I think he's got something wrong with his hand. That's why he hasn't played as much. It's kind of throwing a monkey wrench in what he's trying to do. But I mean, Team USA, France can be had. I think that I overrated them early, and I kind of backed off. I thought I overrated them early because I think they went 0-5 in the exhibition. And before the Olympics started, I had France in the gold medal game. And then as the Olympics went on, I was like, I think Germany's going to be in the gold medal game against Team USA. But then France's guard play started to pick up. And then it got tricky earlier today, too. It did. And what I mean when I say it got tricky, I'm watching Evan Fournier rebound the ball, and as a primary ball handler, he's giving the ball to a guy who's covered instead of him handling the ball. Handle the ball. You're good enough to handle the basketball. You are that good. And that's the kind of guard play. He almost turned the ball over, by the way, doing that. This was in the meat and potatoes of the game. He almost turned the ball over. This is the kind of guard play that I'm talking about when I talk about being able, right? Being able to push yourself past Team USA. And watching Serbia today, you got to play almost a flawless game, and Team USA has to fall apart in order for you to have a chance to win. Not win, to have a chance to win. Remember, they were up 15 in the third quarter. They were up as much as 17 at one point. They were up 15 in the third quarter. They ended up blowing that lead back open. Team USA had cut it to 6. And just like that, Serbia had blown it back open to 15. I got a little, I started to get a little worried. Because like I said, I never felt like at any point, Team USA was in control of this game. But I did feel like they're going to let you guys back in it. Just keep playing. They're going to let you guys back in it. Keep playing. Keep rocking. They'll let you back in. And sure enough, they did. Sure enough, they did. And that was largely due to your defense, transition game, and having great one-on-one players like KD, Steph Curry, and James. Having great one-on-one players like them. So I have to say that win, and there are some people who will go, that was the gold medal game yesterday. No, it wasn't. The gold medal game is on Saturday. 100% it is. The gold medal game is on Saturday. And I can tell you right now, you're going to see a different France team. You're going to see a different team USA. Do they smoke France? I don't know if I'm going that far. I'm not sure I'm going that far that they smoke France. But I do think you see a different team USA. I think you see a different team USA on Saturday. And the reason why is because this is for all the marbles. Not that it wasn't for all the marbles against Serbia, but the intensity is heightened because this isn't lose or go home. This is for the gold. This is to be the Olympic champion or the world champion, which I've actually had this discussion already. Yeah, I've had this discussion in the past about the world champion and the Olympic champion, and it sounds to me like semantics because the best in the world are at the Olympics. So because the best in the world are at the Olympics, wouldn't that mean I'm the best in the world? Because I beat the best in the world. So if you don't want to call me the world champion, you can still say I'm the best in the world because I beat the best in the world. I did do that 100%. So I'd like to see the game plan against this French team because I see Wemby. If I'm being honest, I see Wemby on the perimeter a lot. I saw him on. I saw Germany being ridiculously physical with him, but I also saw Wemby matching that physicality around the rim. I saw him throw it over the top of Theis, and which I thought was great. I think the difference here in Team USA is I feel like their guard play can be had. I think that's going to be the difference. I ain't thinking about James. I'm not thinking about KD. I'm not thinking about Joel Embiid because I don't think that Rudy Gobert is going to be much of a factor in this because he's got that hand is a lot worse than what we're told. So because of that, I don't think he's going to be much of a factor. So I think that they're going to rely on Yabusele. I don't know why, and I'm glad I got straightened out today. I thought he was Greek. That's Yabusele. That's the guy who played for the Celtics years ago, if I'm not mistaken. I think Yabusele is the guy who played for the Celtics. I think he was I think he was a first round pick for the Celtics, like the number 15 or the number 16 pick for the Celtics years ago. I'm not sure if I'm correct on that, but I think he was. I think that he was. I think that those guards can be had. I think the guard play is going to be the difference in this. I think the guard play is going to be the difference in the gold medal game. If I'm being honest, I do. I think the guard play, Anthony Edwards, Devin Booker, Drew Holiday, Derek White, Steph Curry, these guys are going to be the difference. And I feel like they're going to be the difference, one, in putting pressure on France's guards offensively and creating turnovers defensively. Because I'm not concerned with France's guards in terms of scoring threats. I'm not concerned with Evan Fournier as a scoring threat like that against Anthony Edwards, against Drew Holiday. Again, I'm not. I would be lying to you if I said I was as concerned with him as I was concerned with Bogdanovic or the lefty for Croatia or Micic. I'd be lying to you if I said I was as concerned with those guys as I am with the guys from Serbia. No, I'm not. I am not as concerned with those guys from France as I was with those guys from Serbia. I don't know if I said Croatia or not, but with that being said, they should handle France. They should. They 100% should handle France. Considering what they've seen, considering who they are, yeah, they should definitely handle France. 100% they will. But I want to hear from you guys. I do. I want to hear from you guys. And what did you guys see? Because I saw something pretty incredible. What up?
What's up, Chill?
What up?
What's going on with you, man? That was a hell of a game, man.
Yes, sir.
It was a hell of a game, boy.
Yes,
That boy
sir.
Jokic, Bogey, they brung it. But as you know, Chill, I'm a Timberwolves fan, so you know I was kind of disappointed in Ed today. You know what I'm saying? He got a lot of growing up to do, man. He made a lot of boneheaded plays, man, on defense, man. Like he gambled, and Jokic made him pay. He tried to go for a steal.
Yep.
Jokic hit dude. He went under the screen with Bogey, which I ain't understand. Hit him with a Tracy.
Yep.
So I don't know, man. And I don't know what the hell Kerr's doing, though, man. I know you say you don't really want to talk about it, though, man. But that Tatum not playing, man. I'm not understanding what's going on, man.
Well, here's the thing that I'm trying to make sense of. I do get that when you have that much talent, right? I do get when you have that much talent. It's a good problem to have, right?
Yeah.
It's a good problem to have. But the common denominator is Steve Kerr. I was on the Olympic team in 2021. I was a starter. I was the second leading scorer on the crew. And we won the gold medal.
Yeah.
I'm on this team USA, and I'm basically playing in the prime of my career right now. I was way younger back then. I'm in the prime of my career, just coming off an NBA championship. And I can't get off the bench, off this crew?
Yeah, that don't make no sense.
What's the deciding factor here? Well, Greg Popovich was the head coach in 21. Steve Kerr is the head coach in 24. This is evidence, Tim. This is evidence that a system and a coach can screw you right up. 100%
You're right about that.
He can definitely screw you up.
Because I'm looking at it like this: if Anthony or Devin Booker would have won the NBA championship this year, there's no way they're getting DNPs in the Olympics. There's no way. There's no way, man. That's BS, man. If I'm Tatum Chill, and I'm gonna be completely honest with you, I will consider not playing in 2028. This is disrespectful.
I'm already on record saying that.
This is disrespectful.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm already on record saying that. I wouldn't be surprised if Tatum decided to pass. If this is what it's gonna be, I wouldn't be surprised if Tatum decided to pass in 28.
Yeah, that's BS, Chill. I swear
I would not be surprised.
I ain't never seen no shit like this a day in my life. People can say what they want to say about Tatum. He's a great player. I don't care what nobody said. Yeah, his jump shot has been off or whatever. I don't care. I ain't
listening to that.
You have to play him. You got to play him. You have to play him. There's no way in the world one of your best players getting DNPs in the Olympics. They could have used Tatum today. Ant-Man, Holiday, White. They were garbage in the first half.
And I'm sure that they had the conversation, yo, we're gonna go with these guys. And the more I watch it, to be honest with you, Tim, the more it bothers me because I'm thinking to myself, this is how players get screwed up. Yeah. This is how you screw players up by doing stuff like this right here. This is how you mess with them mentally. When now they start to think, am I really that nice? Okay, I'm on a crew with the best players. And I ain't hardly playing. Can I really call myself one of the better players in the world? I ain't hardly playing on this team. I know I was on my Boston Celtic team, and I'm one of the better players in the league. But when I get amongst the best players in the world, I can't even get off the bench. Am I really one of the? You don't want to screw with a guy, especially a guy of that caliber. This is how thin the line is between confidence and failure. When you start screwing with a guy's confidence, you can screw him all the way up, Tim. So It's good to talk to you, brother. Appreciate
All
it.
right.
Yep.
Peace.
I worry about that kind of stuff, man. I do. I 100% worry about that stuff. And I said earlier today, when I was watching that, I was thinking to myself, would he consider not playing in 28? Would he consider not playing in 28? Just off the strength that maybe Team USA isn't for me, or not Team USA isn't for me, because obviously it was, because when I was playing for Coach Pop, not only was I getting busy, we were winning. We won the gold. We did work. I was the second leading scorer on the crew. We won the gold medal. Now I get on this crew and I can't get off the bench. I can't get off the bench. Now I got to start. Now I have to question whether or not I'm nice like that. When just 3 years ago, I wasn't. I wasn't even what I'm a much better player today than what I was in 2021. Much better. But I can't get off the bench on this crew. Yeah, it could very well start to screw with you. I won't argue that. What up?
Hey, what up, Chill? Can you hear me?
What up? Yup.
Yeah, what up? What up, man? So I feel like it sounds like we on the same page today. Because the last time I got up and we was talking about Tatum, I think you kind of got the vibe I was starting to hate on Tatum now, when that was never the case.
Right.
I was always a Tatum guy, and when I told you I wanted him to be MVP midway through the season, that's why watching these Olympics, it was frustrating me, because I don't. When I say he should drop from the Olympics, it's what you guys were just talking about, because this isn't doing him no good not playing with supposedly the best players in the NBA and the best players in the world. And I thought this is killing his confidence. And I would have rather the USA lose a game with Tatum shooting the most shots on the team, because that would have showed me when he's on the team with the best players, he doesn't care. He's still going to try to play his game. And if they would have lost, that would have gave him something like, okay, I need to work on my game and get better at this going into the next season. Kind of what happened to Jaylen Brown last year in the playoffs. He got better after that terrible performance he had when Tatum got hurt.
Yep.
But these Olympics are just pissing me off, though, because I think people are really starting to think that like LeBron, KD, and Steph are still the best players in the league, and they not.
Yo.
They not. These what I realize is that and you guys would talk about it on Players' Choice when Swiper said that the 2017 Warriors would beat this Olympic team, and I think that they would. I think that this year's Celtics team would beat this Olympic team, and I think that this year's Celtics team would dominate the whole Olympics. Because I think whenever you got players that are talented and the talent isn't that far apart, I think that chemistry and the system you run is more important than the talent. And so, honestly, Chill, I think this year's Indiana Pacers team would beat this USA Olympic team. And the thing that bothers me is that the Suns, they got two players on this team that were on the Olympics, KD and Booker. They didn't make it past the first round.
Correct.
The Lakers got two players on this team that are on the Olympics, LeBron and AD, and they didn't make it past the first round. And so now you're telling me that these are the players that are leading this team, that they're the best? I can't get with that.
It also depends on how you look at it. I mean, this is a small sample size, and what could get you screwed up is the best players in the world that they're going up against. That could get you screwed up, not realizing that, this is only a 3-week tournament. That's it. This is a 3-week tournament as opposed to an 82-game season plus the playoffs. When you see that over the course of 3 weeks, this dude is the best player on the planet. When I see somebody that can do something for 2 or 3 weeks, I'm not going to be a prisoner of the moment. Not anymore. I made the mistake of doing that with Giannis a couple of years ago when I said that he was a better offensive player than Joker. I definitely walked that back because I was just a prisoner of the moment. They ran off like 16 to 17 straight games, and I understand that. I understand that now. But I'm not one of these people who, Steph Curry's the best in the world. Can we not forget about what he's been doing previous to this game? He wasn't very good. He has not been very good at all. He has not been.
And Chill, to your point with the Jokic thing, if you think Giannis is a better offensive player, what's the problem with that? I'm seeing some weaknesses in Jokic's game in the
Yes.
playoffs this year and in the Olympics. I always thought Jokic was just the smartest player that ever played the game. If he's so smart, why is he taking 10 threes when he hasn't made one? That's the same thing that I was getting on Jason Tatum about. If you're not making your shots, why are you still attempting to make those shots? I think that Serbia had if Jokic, if he didn't take those threes, and let's say he kept trying to do the dribble handoff with somebody else, let somebody else take those threes. If they miss it, at least now you get a chance to get the offensive rebound. That's what I thought the smartest player would do, but he wasn't doing that. He kept taking threes and missing shots, and that's how the USA got back into the game. And then in regards to the France thing, the Wemby, man, his defensive presence has really impressed me because I wasn't big on Wemby. I thought he was overhyped because of I don't like bigs playing outside of the paint, especially at his size, because I think he could dominate the paint.
Right.
And I still think he would be better offensively, but he changed Germany's whole offense today. They had to change their offense because they couldn't get nothing in the paint, and they had to shoot a bunch of threes, and that's what they wanted to do, and that's why that game was low scoring. And his defensive presence was amazing. And I think that if they can just get hot, they may have a chance to beat the USA because LeBron isn't just going to be bullying through the hole and dunking on everybody against France.
Not with Wemby down there, he won't.
No,
that's not going to happen. So it should be a damn good game. 100% classic. Good to talk to you, brother. Appreciate it.
Yeah. You have a good one.
I like this dude Green. This guy, just so you guys know, this guy is he's a Clipper guy. And what I'd like to know is I would love to know what constitutes hating somebody. I would very much like to know that from you guys. Maybe y'all can straighten me out. Tell me what hating somebody is. I don't know what that means when you talk about hating somebody.
What's up, Chill?
What up,
bro? All right. I'm not gonna lie. Even though Tatum has been getting benched, I think this is actually one of the best things to happen to him. Like, if you want, like, because I'm looking at it from this. I think Tatum now he has like a little more extra motivation for next year to turn up even more.
Yeah.
Because of how disrespected he's been, even after winning the championship. It's like he can do nothing right. You know what I mean? Like, he wins the championship, he can't get off the bench for 2 games.
Right.
So I think for him to be, I think this is like the season coming up. I think this is the season where he puts his real stamp and he earns his respect if he wants to. That's where I look from it.
I don't know if I don't hate it. I don't think it's a coincidence that he got busy in 2021 and they won the gold medal with him starting. He was the second leading scorer and he can't get off the bench on this crew. I'm having a, and the only thing that changed, I mean, it's not like there were much better players. I mean, they were damn good. Book was on that team. Drew Holiday was on that team.
You don't think it's much better players now?
Much better players?
Much better?
Let's just say for the sake of argument, there are much better players. Like, all right, let's say Anthony Edwards is on the crew now, right? Curry is on the crew. You think Curry the same dude he was in 21?
No, but he's better than those dudes.
How about you think in Jason Tatum in 2021? You think Jason Tatum in 2021 is better than Jason Tatum in 2024?
No, hell no. Like I told you before, like I was on the other, like when I was here before, I wouldn't do this. I would not do this. I would not put Tatum. I would not just bench him and DNP him. I wouldn't do it. But I think this should give Tatum motivation. I think this should give him motivation to actually, dominate.
I think, and I think it will. To be honest with you, Marcus, I do. I think it will. But with Team USA, more than anything, I was impressed with their versatility and how they were able to defend the long ball line. I hated the switching.
In this game?
Yeah, I hated the switching.
You like how they defended the long ball line in this game?
At the end of the game?
Okay, at the end of the game.
I'm talking about when it mattered the most in the fourth quarter.
Okay.
That's what when they were able to turn down. I ain't talking about early. That switching, and they were getting fried.
They hit 5 threes a quarter.
They was getting fried.
They hit 5 threes a quarter.
In any team, right? Any team that shoots over 50% on the long ball,
that's what they tried?
I think they shot 49% on the long, 49 or 51% on the long ball. If you line up 10 teams, 9 of them are going to win. 9 of them are going to win. So there's no
that
way.
drop coverage was killing them.
And that it starts with Joel Embiid. Marcus,
bro.
I'm telling you, you better whatever stock you got in Joel Embiid, sell it.
Sell it.
Sell it.
Sell it.
I am telling you, sell it. Whatever stock you got in Joel Embiid, sell it. Because it's going to go belly up.
Bro. I was yelling. I was like, bro, if one gets caught on the screen, please hedge. Please,
no
please,
hedging,
pretty fucking
no hedging,
hedge.
no chasing
Please.
the guy off the screen, none of that.
Bro, it's like a 1-on-2. It's like you're not even there. Like, bro, they can shoot. It's obvious they can shoot. Please hedge so he can get back. Please, like whoever's there, please get back. They was blowing our hands off. They were literally blowing our hands off. Bro.
Get Joel Embiid off the floor.
The whole time they was blowing our hands off. I was so mad. I could not believe this shit. Then Bogey, he was talking to Melo with the celebration. Mm-hmm. I'm like, nah. When he get like that?
Mm-hmm. Get these dudes out there.
He got he just got out his body today.
Good to talk to you, brother.
Jokic's the best player in the world. All right.
Yes, he is. 100% he is. I won't argue that. Good to talk to you, brother. 100% Jokic is the best player on the planet. I won't argue that. I won't even have that conversation, to be honest with you. And there's Giannis. The indictment is out on him, but I 100% believe that Jokic is the best player in the world. I think it. So, yo.
What's going on, Chilltown? How you
What's
doing?
up, brother? Running good, my man. Running good. What's going on with you?
That's good. Listen, Chilltown, here's what it comes down to for me. We got a serious scare. But for me, I think what happened in the All-Star game a couple years back when the Joker was one of those last players selected, I think that factored in terms of this game. And Joker specifically coming out there with a vendetta to serve notice and make it clear that there was some serious disrespect. And he was going to write things and put Team USA on blast. Look, I'm still flabbergasted because and I need to go back and watch the game like play by play. Mm-hmm. But Serbia was in control from start to the beginning of the fourth quarter. Just in terms of looking, they're up 8 after 1, 13 after they're up 8 after 1, 11 after 2, 13 after 3.
They were in control of the game. 100% they were in control of this game. 100%.
Team USA is all the way on the ropes. And then for them to come out and score 32 points out of nowhere in the fourth quarter and win that quarter by 17 points to get the victory, that's going to take some further analysis. But I do think, and that's one of these things with international competition, it means probably more to some of these countries. And that's what you alluded to with France. Sure. It being in France, and the play's going to be going bonkers. Yeah. I don't know if France is overall as good as Serbia, frankly, top to bottom. I have questions about their guard play. Mm-hmm. They obviously have bigs, but their guard play, not so much. And that's going to be a question in terms of whether the ADs and the Embiids and the Bams can slow down Wemby, or if he's just going to absolutely run wild. Sure. But this is kind of a tale of two cities in terms of this game. USA, like right now, it's all sunshine and roses and flowers, but they should have lost this game.
They had them dudes in the chokehold, Andre. They had them in the chokehold and they let them up. 100%. They had them in the chokehold. Not only with the
13-point lead, but they had won every single quarter. They had
them in the chokehold and they let them up. Yep.
and so, I gotta give credit where credit is due. Obviously, the chef, he went out there and ran wild. And you noted something that's near and dear to my heart. Among other things. We know the St. Anthony's, and I have to put that out there, but near and dear to my heart. Because Pat Riley, he said, I'm gonna have 8. Okay, I'm gonna trust 7. Okay, I'm gonna play. How I forget how we put it. You know what I mean? But really, I love coaches shortening their rotation when it gets down to the nitty gritty and just kind of going with your guys and forget about people's feelings. To your point, I do think that certain guys' confidence has been hurt unnecessarily, i.e. Jason Tatum. But I'm seeing this down the stretch. Durant hits the big jumper to push it to a 4-point game. Steph Curry hits the big free throws to seal the deal and give, you know what I mean? And so I like the fact that this team was constructed by LeBron with these veteran players at the forefront. LeBron, Steph, KD, guys who are not going to be playing in another Olympics and are long in the tooth. But, they found that old man strength and we're able to get it done. So Steve Kerr, right now we're hailing you. Had it not worked, we would be killing you right now for not playing the young guys. But doggone it, you got to make a decisive decision. So when I hear coaches shortening their lineup, you know I'm a Tibbs guy. You know I'm a Tibbs guy, and that's how I get down. DiVincenzo can play 40 minutes, and Jalen Brunson can play 40 minutes, and Mikal Bridges is going to play 40 minutes, and I have no problem with it because we're not on that load management nonsense. So I'm going to slow down here. I'm going to slow down, but I just think those are the things that are kind of sticking out in my mind. It worked. But don't let this happen again. You fool me once, shame on you. You fool me twice, shame on me. Right. Don't let France, if you get in the same situation against France, you're going to lose that game.
100%.
This is the one. This is the miracle on ice right now. This game really, I think when we look at it, this is crazy how they came back and escaped shame and just an avalanche of criticism. But don't let France get confident in that championship game at home and be up 10 at halftime and think you're going to pull some magic out of a hat, right? In conclusion, shout out to ESPN and 30 for 30, okay? And Larry and Muhammad, that great documentary, okay? You only have so many times as a champion that you can just find the magic, okay? And Muhammad Ali kept thinking he could find the magic, and then Larry Holmes said, enough's enough. I'm going to put it on you. I'm going to put it on you. So Team USA, don't mess around. Showtime, I really appreciate the show.
Absolutely,
I appreciate you having me on.
You know where to find me at, my man. Good to talk to you. Absolutely. That was an interesting game today, boy. Let me tell you. But to my man Andre's point, just so you guys know, when he referenced Miracle on Ice, Team USA, that wasn't the gold medal game. They had to play Italy in the gold medal game. That was to get to the gold medal game, right? When they beat Russia. Like they had to. Once they got past them, they still had to win the gold medal game against Italy, and they did. So it was awesome. What up?
What up, OG? What up?
What's up, brother?
Man, I knew today was gonna be kind of tricky when I woke up and I seen a couple upsets in the track and field. I kind of knew we was gonna be in trouble. And when I seen France beat Germany, I'm like, oh, we're gonna be in trouble today.
So that vibe already started with you before we even before USA and Serbia. It kind of
when I woke up and seen that seen no Laos get bronze, I jumped on my bed. I'm like, I don't know. And then I see number 30 for Serbia hitting them threes, man. I'm like, and Steph Curry shouldn't have gave him that, man. Some of that magic wore off on him, man.
Yes.
When he gave him that depth, and then Steve Kerr, he messing up with one thing. Like, people might say you love Tatum and all that. Like, I rock with Tatum too, but man, if Ant ain't doing nothing on the court, bro, let Tatum play. Tatum could switch off. He could get rebounds. He could shoot a three. He a way better passer. And OG, for the life of me, Anthony Edwards cannot throw a lob to save his life, bro. He cannot throw a lob to save his life, bro. Every time he go off the pick and roll, he don't even look to throw a lob, bro. So he be slowing down the team. And Brian, my boy, so I want to give him a shout out, man, because it's certain things that I seen him do today that helped the team. When old boy was hitting them, doing the Melo celebration and stuff, and they called that timeout. Brian stayed right there in front of all their players talking mess. That got the team a little riled up. And then he showed great leadership when he switched on to Jokic. When he switched on to Jokic,
he did do that. Yes, he did.
Not letting him get to the rim with ease, man. I wonder what workouts he be doing, boy, because them back pockets are strong as hell, man.
Ain't they? And by the way, he giving up at 245, at 250. He giving up another 30 pounds to Joker. But Joker wasn't pushing him around down there.
Nah, he wasn't.
Joker was not pushing him around down there. He was not roughing James up. James held his own. James 100% held his own. I'm not sure that I loved him being one-on-one with Joker on the box, but I loved the fact that he was able to hold his own, though. I did. He hold
his own. Him and AD kind of play him the most. If you think about anybody on the team, they kind of stick him more than anybody else on the team lately in the playoffs and everything. So he kind of know how to stick him. He just got older with time, and Jokic just got better with time. So he can't stick him as good as he used to. So that kind of like just wear off. And I gotta give a shout out to my boy Steph Curry, man. Steph Curry finally came through today, man.
He was due, wasn't he?
He was due, man.
He was due for one of these. At some point, he's not going to continue to shoot as bad as he was shooting. Under 30, under 40%, barely shooting 30% from the floor, and under 30% on the long ball. He wasn't going to continue to shoot that bad. At some point, I'm gonna get going. And Luckily,
it going
tonight was
today,
that night.
man. He got it
Today was
going.
that day he got going. So we'll see what happens in the gold medal
I
game. Good to talk to you,
think.
Westside.
Oh, wait, one more thing. I think in the gold game, I think they feed off. These players kind of feed off of these type of players that feed off being on the road. And this is gonna be a road game for them playing against friends, all the friends crowd. So I think they might rise to the occasion. And man, I think we might see something special on Saturday, man.
I wouldn't be surprised, B. I would not be surprised. Good to talk to you, brother.
You already know, man. Shout out, man.
Yep. I would not be surprised if because if you think about it, okay, the gold medal game is in Paris. France is in the gold medal game. It's going to be a zoo in there, right? It's going to be a zoo. I'm pretty sure that Team USA is going to be basically on the sideline in terms of in terms of fans. I'm sure you're going to have a small section of Team USA in that building. It's definitely going to be it's definitely going to be pro France in that building. Game's in Paris, right? Game is in Paris. So I'm real interested to see how this goes, man. Let me tell you, I am so ready for this to I'm definitely looking forward to the gold medal game. Definitely looking forward to the gold medal game and seeing how Team USA, seeing how they handle themselves. I'm definitely looking forward to it. So it's about that time for me, guys. It was good to see you guys tonight. I will see you guys soon. You know where to find me at. If I'm not here, I'm on a panel weekdays, Monday to Friday, 11 to 2 on the Players Choice Network. If I'm not there, I'm here on Chilltown Hoops. You can find me on Monday night. On Tuesday night, I'm here with my man Tony Tone. We do Fluent and Chill. I'm here Wednesday, Thursday nights. I'm not hard to find. And then on Saturdays, I'm with my man Big Ox on the Players Choice Network. We do Chill with Chill, 12 o'clock Eastern. So I'm not hard to find. I'm around. So if you're looking for me, you will not have a hard time finding me. But I will see you guys soon. But until then, put on a suit, drink water, don't drink and drive. Hey, man, call your mother. When last time you talked to your mother? I talked to my mother a couple of days ago. When last time you talked to your mother? Call your mother. I will talk to you guys soon. But until then, take it light, but take it. Absolutely.